Spring is finally in the air. Rolling Ridge's Spring Art Show and the Drama Guild's Spring Musical help the town shift into the new season.
And we'll catch up with local fiction author Jen Davies and find out what's happening with the Berry Farms construction.
Plus, we recap this year's local election results. All of that and more coming up on your April episode of The Journal.
Hello and welcome to the April edition of The Journal. I'm Ron Carpenito.
And I'm Morgan Healy. We have a packed show for you today, so let's get right down to it.
North Andover Merchants Association President Dawn Pease and board member Sylvie Folds would like to promote some of the events they've been annually involved in, including the upcoming Night of Honor Gala.
The North Andover Merchants Association meets on the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. at the North Andover Senior Center. We have 20 to 25 people showing up for the meetings. We have guest speakers, whether it be someone from the town, someone from a charity, someone to talk about issues that are coming up that might affect local merchants. And we also have a 3-minute spotlight for different merchants each month, which has been drawing a lot more attention. We are the ones who organize the Restaurant Week. We also participate in sheep shearing, the Santa Claus Parade. We are responsible for the Knights of Honor Gala.
This is our 4th year that we're running a Night of Honor Rising Star Gala, which is a fundraiser to raise scholarship money for 2 high school seniors pursuing a degree in a business-related field. We reward those people with $2,000 scholarship. It's been $1,000 in the past, but we've done well where we've been able to give more, which is what we want to do.
It's not limited to students of North Andover High School, but it is limited to students who reside in North Andover. Business milestones are recognized. There's a Volunteer of the Year that's recognized, as well as the Merchant of the Year is recognized.
In the past, it's been Terry Holland, Ed Petty Photography, Don Signtech. And this year's winner is Jamie Faria from Jamie's Restaurant. We actually are going to recognize that night also McClay's Florist, because they just retired. They closed the business in January, and after 50 years in North Andover.
Being a member, there's no real mandatory participation, but as in with everything, the more you participate in something, the more you're going to get out of it. So for me, I joined the North Andover Merchants when I first opened my business, and it was instrumental in getting my name out there and for people to know that I was even here in the first place. And it's been a huge part of my business. And I think most merchants will tell you the same thing.
So the Night of Honor is Saturday, April 11th, and it's from 6 to 10. Anyone is welcome to purchase a ticket and join us. It's $50 a ticket and includes a served meal from the country club. We have a live auction, a silent auction. We have raffles, 50-50. We have a signed Gronk football. We have a team shirt for the Bruins signed by the current team. We have Mookie Betts. He's a new Red Sox this year. We have a signed shirt from the Red Sox Foundation coming for that. We also have a signed, it's the finish line for the Boston Marathon with not all, but I mean a good amount of the heroes and the injured in the picture, along with the past and current mayors. And also it's signed by Patrice Bergeron, Sedano Chara, Johnny Gomes, Dustin Pedroia, and David Ortiz. So I think that's going to be our biggest item, I think, because you don't have to be just a Bruins or Red Sox fan to enjoy that. We comp the tickets for the recipients of the awards, but obviously we still have to pay as an organization for that meal. So we have people who sponsor, they can't be there, but they'll sponsor someone's meal. So Richard Valancourt has done that, and other businesses have done that.
If you'd like to attend the gala, you can purchase tickets on the NAMA website, northandovermerchants.org, at Kids Carousel at 199 Pleasant Street, or by sending your check in the mail to P.O. Box 62 in North Andover. That's zip code 01845.
Sarah Dunlap of the Trinitarian Church in North Andover encourages you to check out their indoor flea market on Saturday, April 11th.
The indoor flea market will be held on April 11th from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Trinitarian Congregational Church in North Andover at 72 Elm Street. We'll have a bakery table, a jewelry table, a white elephant area, and a raffle table. and lunch will be served. There'll be the 18 dealers, plus the church has its own, I always say, a collection of treasures for people to shop. One man's junk is another man's treasure. And a lot of the stuff is in really good condition. We get so much stuff donated by members of our congregation for our white elephant. And every dealer comes with a table overflowing. And they're very enthusiastic. I mean, they just love it's the thrill of the sale. Even if the sale's a quarter, we get all the food donated and everything's donated. It's all profit, and it goes to support the ministries of the church. The biggest one would be the mission and outreach, and they do a lot in the community. They do a lot with the food pantries, Bread and Roses, People's Pantry, Lazarus House, Neighbors in Need, Habitat for Humanity. It's kind of like we pass, it all goes in a circle. We do good, they do good. The church is located at 72 Elm Street, so if you know where the library is and where Starches is, we're in the middle. Yes, on Sunday mornings, the service is at 9:30, and it's held in our sanctuary, and afterwards we have a coffee hour, and we welcome and want to encourage people to try us out.
For more information about the flea market or the Trinitarian Church, check out their website at natrinitarian.org or call Sarah at 978-886-2191.
North Andover is home to many creative people, and resident Jen Davies is making quite the name for herself as a member of that group. Late last year, she published her first full-length young adult novel and is working towards making it a trilogy. We spoke with Jen and found out about her process and how she turned her passion into a career.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Owen Davis, and I'm a resident in North Andover, and I write young adult fiction. My first book was published last year. It's a young adult romantic fantasy called Children of Anwin, The Promise. This was very exciting, and it was a wonderful opportunity. I have been writing full-time probably since 2009, and this first book took me, I would say probably 4 years to get it to the point in which I really felt that I wanted to submit it, that I wanted to do something with it. My background is in nursing. I spent probably 15, 17 years nursing and went on to go into midwifery, which I loved. And I enjoyed my time. I met many people, learned lots of skills, and it was invaluable, and it really was very fulfilling. But I was working, I got married, I had my children, and both of us were, working a lot, not spending a lot of quality time together as a family. And we were very fortunate. My husband had an opportunity to relocate with his work to the States. So I spent probably 10 years being an at-home mum, doing what a lot of at-home mums do, volunteering in the school, going to mother and toddler groups. But once I started to realize that my kids eventually were going to go to school, I have 4 boys, so it took quite a while before they were all in school. But once that started to seem possible, that there was a light at the end of the tunnel, that I would actually have some time for me again, I did what I think a lot of women my age start to consider. What am I going to do? There's that resurgence of a need to figure out who I am again. And it's a really hard process. For several years, when my oldest was going through high school, I started to ruminate over stories in my head that were particularly aimed at young adults, and it had to do with living in America, which I find very inspirational. I love where we live in New England, and there are many places around North Andover and the North Shore that have inspired me, and I have used lots of locations locally within the book. Seeing my sons go through sort of adolescence, and in particularly in high school, there were many themes that I saw them go through for the first time, and it really inspired me to think of stories that I wanted to write, and I couldn't stop myself. I was sat by the pool in my new home. I was in the frame of mind in which I was reminiscing over the last several years, and all the stories that had been fermenting in my head really just needed to come out. And so for the whole of that summer, I had a pen in my hand and I filled a notebook. And it was never my goal at that time to complete a book. or to get that book published. My goal at that time, I think, was to finish a story. I finished the complete story in probably about 4 or 5 months. However, as many people will tell you, that what you write, first of all, it's all free thinking. And it's all the creativity that's coming out. It's all your emotions, your heart, your passion. The writing was in the rewriting and in the editing, and then sending it out to as many people as I possibly could so that they could look at it and really give me their honest opinion. I had just tremendous feedback, which really helped me to hone and to strengthen the plot and the characters, to really make me analyze what it was I wanted to tell in those pages, the story that I was trying to tell. Because although The Children of Anwin is a romance, it's a love story, there is so much more to the story. It's really about the challenges that Mia Laurent, the central protagonist, faces and how she overcomes them. It's her voyage of discovery. It's about addressing her fears and not letting her fears hold her back. Tips that I would give to anybody that wants to write is write, read. Learn to take and accept criticism, and also learn to believe in yourself. Because you may get very good critiques, but you will also get somebody that will come back to you and say something that in your heart of hearts is not what you believe to be true. I would say network with as many other writers as possible, and learn all about the publishing business, because today writers do not just have to write. You have to be able to wear many hats. I am available on Facebook. I'm also available on Twitter, and you will probably see me around town. I am around usually with my kids. Thank you.
And you can check in with Jen on social media and also learn more about her book series, Children of Anwin, and find out where you can pick up your copy of the first book.
The Spring Art Show at Rolling Ridge is here again, featuring beautiful works from the Andover Artists Guild. We stopped by the event to talk with artists and Executive Director Larry Peacock.
I'm Larry Peacock, Executive Director at Rolling Ridge Retreat and Conference Center, and I think this is probably our 6th year of cooperating with the Andover's Artists Guild. And it is a sign of beauty. This is a beautiful place outside. It won Best Garden in 1935, and now it's a place of beauty inside. And we're so delighted that we have original art 4 times a year from the Artists Guild. And we do 4 shows, 4 open houses to meet the artists to come and see the art and to purchase art.
These are my 2 pieces. I usually put 2 pieces here each time we have a show, and I really love this spot. It's great. They're so welcoming to us, and we just love being here. This is just a couple of people walking along the beach. It was so desolate and kind of wild sort of feeling.
There's not anything different on the walls or the lighting. It's really, I think we're doing better at promoting the reception and getting people here, and the artists do really most of the work in providing great pictures for people to see.
As a member of Andover's Artists Guild, we have 4 shows a year, and this is a beautiful environment to show artwork. And with my fellow artists, I do oils, but other people do pastels or acrylics or watercolors, so there's a nice variety of artwork in this beautiful dining room in this beautiful retreat and conference center at Rolling Ridge in North Andover.
I want the community to know that this is one of the places you can find beautiful art, local original art, and it's a place where you can come in and visit. We're open from 9 to 5 every day, and people can come and stop by the office and say, "Can I visit the art?" And they can come to a quarterly reception, and the whole building's open to come and see beautiful art.
The Lakeside Dining Gallery is open to the public for viewing. Please check out rollingbridge.org for hours and more information.
Well, calling all bookworms, the Friends of the Stevens Memorial Library will be holding their biannual book sale in May. We checked in with Martha Larson for the details.
Twice a year, we have 2 gigantic book sales, and the one coming up will be May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we will have probably about 10,000 books. They're all donated to us. What we do here on Friday mornings is to sort the books that have come in during the week. We sort them into children's books, which you see a large stack of those. We get a lot of good children's books. Fiction, nonfiction. We separate out science fiction because we seem to have a very loyal following for science fiction. And also foreign language. It's a fundraiser for the library, and we fund all the children's programs, pretty much all of them during the summer. We fund the movies that are shown up at Osgood Hill in the summer. We fund museum passes, if you want to go to the Museum of Science or the long list of museums that we have. We pay for those, and anything else the library says that they need that we can help out with, we fund that through our book sales. We're a volunteer group. We're a 501c3, so donations to us are all tax deductible. We have a very dedicated group of book sorters, friends that come here every Friday morning, and we don't have an awful lot of room for more of them right now, but during the book sale, we have a number of volunteers that come in, and we'd love to have people volunteer to help with the book sale. Our May book sale will be May 1st, May 2nd, and May 3rd. And the last day, Sunday, May 3rd, will be all the books you can fit into a bag for $5, which is a really good deal.
If you are interested in volunteering during the book sale, you can sign up online by visiting the Friends of the Library page at stevensmemlib.org or by calling 978-686-1557.
Construction of the 4-building, 196-unit Berry Farms apartment complex should start before the end of the year. Minco Corporation's Eric Loth says he and his crew are working to prepare this apartment building as quickly as possible within the next few months. The developers will be changing how Berry Street itself intersects with State Highway 114. The goal is to face the highway at a traditional 90-degree angle rather than at a current 45-degree slope.
Town Manager Andrew Mailer has recommended that next year's budget increase 3.5% over this year's. If approved at town meeting, the 2016 budget for all town departments and facilities would total $99.5 million. $43.6 million would be allocated to the school department, including $750,000 to support the establishment of a brand new Special Education Reserve Fund. As always, thank you to the North Andover Citizen for providing us with their headlines. Be sure to check out northandover.wickedlocal.com for these stories and more.
And the North Andover Drama Guild is practicing and preparing for their upcoming spring musical. High school student Yefim Schneiderman dropped by a rehearsal to catch all of the details.
I'm Mackenzie. I am playing Margaret in the play. I'm only a sophomore, and I'm like sort of the dance captain, so I'm not the choreographer, but I'm helping out getting people more comfortable with dancing.
I'm Skyla Cunningham. I'm the treasurer of the Drama Guild. I'm the opening soloist, and I'm in the Disney choir. So basically, I open the show with one of my solos, and I'm also in a special scene where I play a woodland creature, which is the Disney choir. I'm also in the general ensemble, so I'm basically in the background doing a lot of singing, doing a lot of dancing.
My name's Alex, and I don't know, I did it because I didn't have anything else to do, but I really wanted to do the musical anyway, so I guess it all worked out perfectly.
The play is called 9 to 5, and it's about these 3 women who work in a company underneath this boss, Franklin Hart, and he's kind of misogynistic, so they can't get anywhere because they're women. So the story is about them overcoming that and making the office a better place to work. And in the end, they're all friends and everything's happy.
It's an office comedy. If you like The Office, it's pretty funny, yeah. So anyone who likes a good romance, maybe. We'll probably be just going through, lines and like going over more of the music, because everyone's in every single musical number, which is pretty fun. So you have to learn all of your all the lines to the songs and all of your lines to just the acting parts, and then you have to know all the dance moves to every single song, which is pretty crazy.
I know some people aren't exactly comfortable dancing in front of other people, so I want them to feel like this is a place where they can do whatever they want to do, and I want them to just have fun and go crazy.
It's been going great. I mean, like, it's only been, I think this is our third rehearsal now, but we know the first song entirely, and right now we're going over the dance for it, which is pretty fun, which is something I've never done before, I guess. It's dancing while acting. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
We're working on choreography for the opening number, 9 to 5. It's really jazzy, it's really fun. It's choreographed by Miss Skeffington. It's going along pretty well. The cast is picking up really quickly and they're all trying really hard.
So choreography is mainly to enhance the scene a little bit, because if everybody was just talking, it would get kind of boring. So with the music, you want to be able to have people dance, and choreography is supposed to make dance moves go along with what's happening in the scene. And right now we're working on the opening scene where everybody's waking up and getting ready for work, and it's really exciting.
Between now and May 8th, the opening show, we're going to be working a lot on choreography lines. We have a lot of vocal rehearsals. There's a lot of all cast numbers in this show. We're all going to be singing a lot. It's just going to be a lot of hard work, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but I know that we're all going to pull together and work really hard. I hope that it turns out really well and that we get a lot of people to see the show and that we make a lot of money for our drama guild. I think it's a great show that everybody should come and see. It's family friendly. It's a really great show.
Tickets for the show will be available at North Andover High School and via the Drama Guild's website, dramaguild.org.
Early last month, North Andover Middle School held its second annual STEM exhibition, featuring the entire 8th grade class. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Each student or group of students was required to work on a project related to one of these areas and attend the exhibition. AP Science students from the high school judged the finalists. Students also had to answer questions from the public and demonstrate their projects. The night culminated in an award ceremony where the top students took home trophies.
On March 14th, the newest class of inductees was officially named to the Johnson North Andover High School Athletic Hall of Fame. The inductees included 7 multi-sport athletes, a former teacher and administrator, and the 1999 and 2000 boys varsity soccer teams. Inductees and their families were invited to a reception at North Andover High School where their plaques were presented and hung on the wall, followed by a dinner and thank you speeches at DeBarros Function Hall. Congratulations to all of the inductees.
North Andover High School crowned their 22nd Mr. North Andover on March 20th. 8 senior boys, accompanied by their lovely lady sponsors, participated in categories like beachwear, talent, and formal wear. Despite some fierce competition, Joe Stott was named the top guy of the evening after winning over the judges with his impressive Taekwondo skills and heartfelt letter to his sponsor, Megan Collins. Taking home second and third place were Jake Burkhard and Sam Dixon. The Mr. North Andover contest is the biggest fundraiser for the SOS Party, a substance-free post-graduation celebration for the senior class. Congratulations, Joe.
On March 31st, North Andover held its local elections. Board of Selectmen Chairman Richard Valancourt was re-elected and will be joined by new board member Phil DeCollegiero. On the school committee, incumbents David Terisi and Chairman Andrew McDevitt were re-elected in a tight race with challenger Mark Svensson. Uncontested, Mark DeSalvo was re-elected town moderator, and Edward Capodilupo was re-elected to the Housing Authority. Not running in this year's election was Selectman Bill Gordon, who had a heartfelt last meeting on March 23rd.
I am going to ask some very special guests tonight to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to have Emma, Rose, and Elle Gordon, the daughters of our Selectman Bill Gordon, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. This is Mr. Gordon's last meeting as a member of our Board of Selectmen. He is not seeking re-election this year and has chosen to do other more fun things.
It truly is an honor to be a selectman, and I have enjoyed my 6 years as a selectman. So I want to say, first of all, thank you to the citizens of North Andover for giving me the opportunity to serve. As I said, it's been a pleasure, and 90% of it is awesome. There's 10%, sometimes, but that's why we do what we do, to deal with the hard issues and that sort of thing. But, I very much enjoyed it. I think everyone should, at some point think about running for selectman, because it's really a good thing, and, it's good to serve your town. So the town's in very good hands. Andrew does a great job as our town manager. He's visionary, a true professional. And I want to say, it's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you very much. Last but not least, and I didn't do this at the beginning because my family was here, but I might have gotten emotional if I did this. But certainly my family, my wife, Erin, if anybody knows us, they all know that she's the brains of the operation. So, I couldn't do it without her support and my kids. And so I love them very much, and thank you very much, and we'll see you later.
If you've been around the Stevens estate in the last few weeks, you may have noticed that there's a lot of work being done up there. Bill Dolan of the Stevens Estate Board of Trustees and Jennifer Hughes of the Conservation Department fill us in on what's happening.
Hi, I'm Bill Dolan from the Stevens Estate Board of Trustees, and with me is Jennifer Hughes from the Conservation Department. She's a conservation administrator, and we're here to describe a project which has been going on in the process for a couple of years, and it's part of our forestry management plan. And Jen will describe the process for you, and what we're doing today is showing you a demonstration area that the foresters are going to cut, and this project will be ongoing as we move along. It'll be a bigger area eventually. We want the townspeople to know what's going on up here in case you see any equipment up here, which will take place if we ever get the snow to stop.
So, in 2013, the town updated the forest management plan that had been done, I think, back in the 80s, correct? Yep. For the property. It includes Osgood Hill and parts of the wooded portions of Half Mile Hill and the Summit properties on the other side of the property. Now that we have that plan in place, it has certain activities that we should undertake to improve forest health. And we figured one of the best ways to start off was with a demonstration area. To give people a sense of what forest management is and how it works. So with that in mind, the town applied for a community forest stewardship grant, which we received back in July and received some additional monies for in December. Now the total of that matching grant is about $11,800. As part of that, we will be paying a timber harvester to come in and do some selective thinning to improve the health of the forest. The blue marks, those trees will be cut and removed to allow some of the more healthy trees to thrive. It also hopefully will create a bit more of an understory out here. Since we're lacking an understory, we have a big deer population up here as well, and they do a lot of browsing of the newer trees that come in as well as the shrubs.
We work a lot with the Trails Committee. I know the Conservation Commission does. The estate originally had 153 acres, and when the town decided to purchase the estate, most of the land went under the jurisdiction of the Conservation Commission, with a small portion remaining under the jurisdiction of the trustees around the buildings. But we've been working together with the Conservation Commission, with the Trails Committee, and also with Jim McCarthy of the NAWAT team, North Andover Wildlife team, who's removed a lot of the invasives. As you come up the hill and see the trees now, that the invasive have been removed.
Yep. But everything that happens out here is for the preservation of the water supply, first and foremost. And what you find too is when you have sort of an even-aged stand of trees, you have a disease or a pest come in like the emerald ash borer, and they can wipe out a large portion. We had some problems with a big stand of hemlocks down by the lake. So forest management ideally helps improve the different ages in your forest, age classes of the trees, as well as the diversity of the kinds of trees that you have, and sort of protects your water supply from any massive blowdowns of one particular species or pest. So.
And when they start this project, which should be in a few weeks,
yeah, we hope.
Because the ground has to be hard for them to do this. And as you come up the driveway to the Stevens Estate, there's that almost like a hairpin turn that you have to take, and that's where they'll be entering into this portion of the woods. And so we want people to be aware when they see that or they hear cutting operation going on, that it's been approved, and we're going to follow this process along. I've been talking to North Andover CAM, and they actually have some drones that we could use as they're doing through the process. So we'll get some aerial views of how this looks and how it compares with the rest of the forest. And then we'll come back again in the spring, and we'll see how this area looks again and how well it's doing. And hopefully we'll come back in the summer and again next fall. And we just want to keep everybody advised to what's going on. It's a very collaborative project between Stevens Estate, the Conservation Commission, the Trails Committee, the Board of Selectmen.
The Planning Board has been educated on the project as well.
So, I mean, this is the townspeople's land, and I think that it want to show that it's being managed in the proper way.
On April 6th, the much-anticipated commuter bus to Boston will start its daily express trips to downtown from Osgood Landing. Fares start at just $6 each way, and MVRTA Charlie cards will be accepted. The current schedule is Monday through Friday, departing at 6:45 a.m. and returning to North Andover around 6 in the evening.
Now let's check out the Journal's event calendar for the month of April and May. Earth Day is April 22nd. The snow should be melted by then, and the weather is due to warm up soon, so it will be a good time to clean up your yard, plant some flowers, or participate in a neighborhood cleanup.
The Earth Day celebrations in North Andover will continue on Sunday, May 3rd, with the second annual Earth Rock Run half marathon, put on by Green Stride and sponsored by Whole Foods. Come on out and support the runners taking on the 13.1-mile course, including North Andover CAM's Access Coordinator, Tiffany.
If you are into running, registrations are now open for the 4th of July 5K and 10K race put on by the Borderline Running Club. 100% of the proceeds from this race benefit the Friends of the North Andover Senior Center, so this race is a great way to get out and be active while also doing something good for the community. You can sign up by visiting North Andover 4th of July roadrace.com.
April is also National Poetry Month. There are 2 events this month for poets. First, on Friday, April 17th, there will be a poetry jam at the North Andover High School Library, sponsored by the high school English department. This event will feature student poets of all ages performing their work out loud. At the Stevens Memorial Library, student poems will be on display in the community meeting room. The month will culminate in a reception and presentation by Poet Laureate Karen Klein on Sunday, April 26th.
Join the festival committee, local crafters, and of course, the sheep on the town common at the Sheep Shearing Festival on Sunday, May 17th. The event will also feature the popular cow pie bingo, sheep shearing and herding demonstrations, face painting, a petting zoo, and so much more. If you have an event you'd like us to mention or have an idea for a segment or story, please email us at thejournal@northandovercam.org.
That wraps up our show for this month.
From the North Andover CAM studios, I'm Ron Carpenito.
And I'm Morgan Healy. Thanks so much for watching.